Well, hello, my beautiful Taurians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading all about you. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I don't do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally offering one. I will also never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is a little bonus reading all about you. Us tarot readers, we tend to do career readings, love readings, but we never really ask how you're doing. So this reading will address that. I'm only using one deck because it brings a level of simplicity that I really enjoy and it gets really straight to the heart of the matter. So let's see what is going on with you and what you're going through right now and how things are going to transpire and how you're going to work through this time period. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Can you please show them the way? What are they meant to see? We have the 4 of Swords to start. So some of you are in a very thoughtful and reflective energy where you're trying to find inner peace, trying to connect to your higher self. And some of you may even be healing at this time or really trying to step away to find greater clarity in a situation that you've been wrestling with for a little bit. But this is a time period where you are protected in all your endeavors. We have the 10 of Swords there as well. Something difficult may have come to an end for you. I will tap into each card as I go, but I can see here that things have been tough. Okay, and I feel like some of you are trying to respond differently to challenging situations. So you may be going through a very strategic time of looking at your plan and trying to make sure that you stay on the right path. But you've got 2 swords there, these 2 swords cards. So this means that you're really in a very cerebral energy where you're just trying to work out things, life. What's going on? Why does it have to be so hard? Is there an easier way? You're someone who is very down to earth. You're very loyal. You're also someone who's very gifted and talented. And, you know, I feel with that 3 of Pentacles there, this is a card of engineering a plan or sticking to a plan in some way. And, you know, I feel here that, you know, you do like people, but I also get this energy of you really need your alone time to recharge your batteries and to basically process the experiences that you're having right now. Now, looking at your overarching energy, because I'm getting a whole picture of what's going on with you right now, you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. Life has got pretty serious. Of course, you've got your plans, your goals, but also you're very family oriented. So I feel some of you are really trying to find balance and do everything, spin all of the plates in life there. And some of you are acutely aware of family members who are no longer with you at this time. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there. So much love. Now, there could be an anniversary coming up there of someone who has transitioned, because we do have the 10 of Swords there and the 10 of Cups. This is someone who's already passed. So I don't see anybody passing. I don't want anyone to be worried there. I see this is someone who perhaps is on your mind. It doesn't have to be an anniversary, but it could be an energy here of you really deeply thinking about someone, maybe trying to resolve some things within yourself regarding this situation. So sending so much love. There are no words that can really help with this situation. I wish I could just like scoot you all up and just hug it out. But I feel this person is very much around you, okay? They've never really left your side is what I'm being given here. And I feel this person wants to tell you that they're really proud of you. Okay, that's the energy that I've got coming through. They may have been a very strict person or a very difficult person to deal with sometimes, but aren't we all, right? I just get this energy, this person, they are so proud. They see how passionate you are, how much effort you put into everything, and there is a breakthrough being sent to you. There is a moment of respite, but I feel like you're going through some changes right now. Now, this could be a grandparent, doesn't have to be someone that is like an immediate kind of family member. It could be a grandparent or a great grandparent or someone that you really respected, and of course you have a lot of love for, because that Ten of Cups tells me there's so much love there. So some of you are going to get a lot of signs and symbols from this person to let you know of their presence, okay? And oh, I'm being given... Now, this may have come up for you before. Maybe it's because I briefly touched this card. I saw an image in the water, and it's a coin in mud, okay? Now, I was given this image before I came to the reading. I got to be honest with you. I was seeing this image before I even came in to your reading, and I feel it's a message that's being pushed forward for this particular reading. So whether you have someone in spirit that you can think of that has transitioned, who may be around you a lot or not, it could be an omen or a sign or a symbol for you. But I feel if there's someone in particular on your mind, I do see this as being a sign that, number one, they're with you, but also that all your hard work in life, and not just like career, this is not about career, money, love, it's not anything about that. It's more about the effort that you're putting into everyday circumstances to just show up for yourself and to really back yourself and invest in yourself and your future. It's going to pay off, okay? Now let me decode this energy in this image I'm being shown. Now, the coin in the mud, of course, at first glance, it can be that, you know, this is all about wealth, growing wealth, but I feel it's more that you've invested in where you are right now, but some of you may be feeling a little bit stuck, okay? And I really get a sense that this stuckness or this feeling of stillness right now is giving way to you having a period of personal development and growth. It's a period of pause in order to allow you to rest, renew, and find clarity before taking the next steps and taking charge of whatever it is that you need to do on the next steps of your plan. And that actually really connects to the cards that you've got, because the Four of Swords is the pause, okay? It is the reflection. It is the working through stuff. Really, like, some of you've got something on your mind right now, and the Emperor tells me that you're going to find a solution, that you're going to take charge, you're building a strategy or a plan, and it will work. And there is a transformation that comes with this. For some of you, it's literally that you're going to find a penny in mud, okay, or a cent in mud or something like that. And this is like an omen, a little indication that someone in spirit is around you, is thinking about you. They're so proud of you, and they're also guiding you. They're protecting you, actually. I've just been corrected. Of course, guiding to some degree, but I've been corrected there. They're protecting you, especially if you're feeling like you're going through some hardship right now. And I'm getting an energy here that they're showing up for you as much as you are showing up for yourself. Now, my guides are asking me to look a little bit more at the coin in the mud. So it could be that, of course, coins are a symbol of monetary value, of course, but also mud is rich in minerals. So, I mean, it could be that you are nourishing yourself in a way where you're either making sure that you've got all the minerals that you need in your body. So you may be looking at health right now. For some of you, it's, you know, you recognizing that the land will give way to opportunity for growth and abundance. And I mean, some of you, it could literally mean that you are going to grow and sell your own food, for example. But it could also be that you are nourishing all that you have right now, and that it leads to greater rewards. So I'm not really sure how else to decode it. That's what I'm being given right now. But I would look out for a coin, because I feel this is a symbol or a sign that you're being protected and directed towards greater things, especially if you're going through a very difficult time, because that Ten of Swords, it can also indicate some of you have been going through something that's very frustrating or painful. And I feel like some of you are healing and getting closure from a very traumatic experience. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there. I'm going to disconnect with respect from that energy. But I do feel kind of some of that energy applies to pretty much everyone, all you beautiful Taurians out there, that if you're going through a very difficult time, I feel that, you know, there is change afoot, and I feel there is this sense of calm coming. I'm being given the calm in the chaos. Now, of course, the world is a very chaotic place right now, and looking at your cards, I feel like you're just looking at how things have changed. I feel that you're trying to find a groundedness in this crazy world that is swirling around right now and is just amplifying up a level of crazy. Some of you, of course, with the Emperor present, you're looking at establishments that govern the world, and you are hoping for better outcomes, transformation for the better. I definitely see that that is your vibration, that you want to change the part of the world that you actually found yourself in right now, and you may be doing it on a level where you see is a small scale, but actually it's a really important scale. I'm being given, thank you so much, I'm so grateful. I'm being given this energy, and I think it's a quote. I think it's actually a famous quote, but I'm probably not going to quote it the way it's said because I'm only being given the energy of it. If you knew how I channel, it's sometimes I'll see words, I'll hear stuff, I'll hear songs, I'll see images, and sometimes I'm given an energy that will remind me of something so that I can transmute it to you. I'm being given an energy of a famous quote, but it probably won't be verbatim on this. It's more that if you think that, you know, someone as small as you in the vast wide world won't make a difference, think about what a difference a mosquito makes, and it is tiny. Okay, so it's like there is an impact here. No matter how small you feel you are, you make an impact, you make a difference, and on so many levels, on a family level, a friend level, your environment, your community. Everything that you do has an impact on the world at large. Even your vibration has an impact for the collective, you know, and I feel some of you are really looking into that a little bit further right now and how you can change your vibration to elevate spiritually, because I feel some of you are really trying to connect to your higher self at this moment. I mean, I've done 3 readings so far in this series. I've done Leo and Scorpio, and you are the 3rd reading. And each one, there is this through line energy of everyone reaching higher vibrationally, wanting to connect to a higher level of intimacy with the inner guide or with your higher self, so that you can feel enriched and get answers, because I feel a lot of you are seeking. You've got some questions right now about what's going on in the world at large, then you bring it down a notch and what's going on in your life and why are these things happening, why does it have to be so hard, why is everything so difficult? And that 4 swords is a card of, you know, withdrawal to reflect on things that are going on, both on a grand scale but also on a personal level as well. Now, the 4 swords, of course, this is your first card, so a lot of you are getting closure on really difficult situations. And with that 10 of Cups and the 10 of Swords, some of you have been grieving for someone who has passed. And again, I'm sending you a huge hug out there, but you will be seeing signs. This person has not left your side. But also I'm getting an energy with this 4 swords that you're exhausted. Okay, on a soul level, exhausted. So some of you really like need a physical break, but also a mental break where you detach from things like social media, bombardment from negative like headlines and clickbait and all of that, because sometimes, you know, we can just notice it day to day. We may not even click on it, but we can see all these headlines and they're so like impactful that they chip away and make you feel fear. You think, oh my gosh, the world is ending tomorrow, I've got to maybe click it. And you think, actually step back, don't do that. Just calm, ground yourself and actually think, you know what, let's stick to my plans at this time in the frequency that you have, but also do what you can with the circumstances that you have. So I see that you're someone who is very honest, open, very supportive. You're the sort of person who is very generous with your time and your money. You tend to give to charity, or you actually help out. You are someone who may even volunteer. And I feel like you're doing your bit. And sometimes as humans, we can feel like we're not doing enough. Okay, because I'm getting this energy in across your whole reading, not just in terms of what you can do for the world at large, but it's almost like you work so hard and you invest everything that you've got in all of your projects, in all of your endeavors, and sometimes you still feel like it's not enough. But actually you're doing a really great job, and you need to be proud of yourself, because there's so many people around you who are proud of you. When you get the Three of Pentacles there, this indicates people talk about you behind your back in a really highly positive fashion. And, you know, you may not hear these conversations, but actually they do occur. And I feel for some of you, there's a level of responsibility on your shoulders right now that has made life pretty serious. And I definitely see here that you need like a proper break. Okay, and it could be a spiritual retreat, but if you can afford that, not many of us can afford it, to run off and find ourselves across the world, or, you know, try to go on spiritual retreats or location retreats, whatever it is. I feel right now you're having that pause to reflect, to get a deeper understanding of yourself, of what you want, what you certainly do not want, and how you can detach from anything that's hurting you or, you know, impeding your path is what I see there as well. Now, whenever you get the Four of Swords, these swords are actually in protection mode. Okay, so you're being protected during a period of reflection. So whenever we are given that pause in life, there is purpose in it. It means the universe has given us a little bit of a brick wall. We see it instantly as a blockage. We're like, oh, we can't move through that. What's that about? But sometimes the universe is like, I gave you the brick wall so you can lean on it. So you can just take a pause, reflect, gather your strength, and then move forward. So some of you have some big moves that you're making in your life right now, and you're gathering this strength in order to make that change, whatever that change is for you. It can be a personal change. It could be a physical change. It could be a location change. Whatever it is, I definitely see change is afoot. And I also see there's a level of awakening here where you are connecting to your higher self, and I feel like you're trying to elevate above the busyness, the noise of life, as it were, so you can really hear the whisperings of your heart. And for some of you, not all of you, but some of you beautiful Taurians also have been a little bit unwell, and you're trying to recuperate. You're trying to get back to best. I see you heading in a trajectory where you're going to have more vitality. That lust for life returns. And I feel for some of you, a lot of endings have happened in your life in the last couple of years, but it also gave way to new beginnings. And sometimes when it's thrust upon you, because tens can be very severe energy, when an ending and a new beginning has been thrust upon you, it can be hard, and it makes you feel detached or distant, or that you have to really think logically about your next steps. It's almost like you may have been on autopilot to some degree in life, and you felt these changes have been so abrupt, because, you know, Ten of Swords is abrupt. It's something like done, over. So whatever that is for you, it could be that you were in charge of it, but if you weren't, I feel like you're certainly taking charge of it now, and it's made you stronger. You're someone who's super independent, and I'm also being given this energy because my guides are showing me the penny in the mud again. Okay, I'm being given this energy of whatever you sow will grow. So that could be ideas, it could be relationships, opportunities, it could be food, whatever it is. I feel like you're being given the thumbs up by the universe to make that fresh start, whatever that fresh start is for you, to really launch that idea or move forward on a certain way of living, for example. Because I feel it brings more excitement, more spontaneity, and better rewards. These two cards are very successful cards. Your outcome energy is the Emperor and the Ace of Wands, and we will get to them. But this means that major transformation is ahead for you, and it brings positivity. I feel there's a little bit more fun available, because I feel some of you have had so much responsibility thrust upon your shoulders, or you've had to just navigate the ups and downs of life. And let's face it, we've all been going through those in the last couple of years. It just feels like everything abruptly changed, which of course it did to some degree, but I feel like you're trying to now get clear on what you want and establish yourself for the next stages of your life. I really feel like you're being protected and redirected towards something greater for you, and it may not feel like it right now, but you are turning a page. So for those of you who are struggling right now or a little bit worried about something, I see things changing. Now, we've also got the Three of Pentacles there. This basically means engineering a plan, okay? So you're someone who is down to earth and you've always got a plan. And I'm actually seeing a squirrel right now in the water. Now, squirrels, of course, they tend to prepare for, winter, for example, or prepare for lean times. So it feels like you're someone who is always paying attention to what's going on around you. You're very intuitive, but also very astute, very clever. And squirrels are actually very clever. My guides are giving me this energy of it's like a squirrel doesn't just get the nuts that they get throughout the year and just hide them, okay? What they also do is they actually dig a hole and then fill it up, and there's no nuts in there, but it's there to almost act as a decoy for any predators who really want to take their real nuts, right? So it's almost like it puts them off the scent. So I feel, you're a very protective person. You work hard for everything that you've got, is what I'm getting from this squirrel analogy here. You work so hard throughout the year for everything that you've got, throughout the whole lifespan. Even if you're retired, you've worked hard. So I feel this is an energy of you protecting everything that you earned or that you worked hard for, and that actually you're someone who is very clever, and you always try to find a way to have a backup plan and protect yourself against anybody who tries to derail you or take from you in some way. And I feel that's a really instinctive and clever attribute to have. So I feel some of you've been in a very protective mode. Maybe in the last couple of years in particular, you may have even been in fight or flight mode due to a certain level of trauma that we all experienced on so many different levels. And I feel like, you're in a mode to protect your family, protect the people you really care about. And that is really hard to sort of come out fully of that energy, to let your hair down and, enjoy life as it was. Because I feel something has ended here for you with that 10 of Swords, and it's like things got pretty serious, pretty fast. And it feels here that you're trying to transform your life in a way where you bring more peace to, some of your anxieties if you've been having a little bit of fear or worry. And this Three of Pentacles, as you can see, there's a figure there with polka dots on it, and it tends to be a little reminder that yes, we have lots of plans, and we're all very serious about those plans, and we have a strategy, and we have goals, but remember to have fun along the way, because it's so important that we keep our vibrations really high with having experiences that bring joy. Now, these could be you just taking a walk in the park by yourself, solitary energy. The thing about being alone is not that you feel lonely or that you don't have anybody. It means that you're enjoying your solitude to get clear on who you are, know yourself a little bit deeper, but also I feel some of you, the hardest part has been that you've been looking at, the fact that, it's not that you don't have anybody, it's that you feel that nobody has you. Like you're always the one who has to either step up and lead or be the provider or the protector or the person who saves the day, okay? You're always there. You're very reliable. People can come to you for the truth and also for advice. And you're kind of like, well, who's got me? So I feel some of you have been trying to search for a person that you feel is supportive. I mean, looking at this card, it tends to tell me that actually you do have a very strong support network. You have your closest friends really close to you, close-knit sort of couple of people that are in your inner circle. And anyone else outside that, it's not that you don't trust them, it's just that they're not in the inner circle. You're very discerning about the company that you keep because experiences have taught you that not everybody has your best interest at heart. And I really feel that has given you a level of independence and maturity that perhaps has been thrust upon you, okay? I also feel like some of you had to be very mature from a very young age in the family unit. So I definitely see here that it's almost like you're getting to a stage now where you just want to kick back, relax, have a little bit more spontaneity, more fun, let your hair down, and sort of enjoy life from a different lens. That's what I'm getting here as well. Now also, Three of Pentacles, this is a collaboration coming together. So if you've had recently some sort of conflict in the family unit or with a friend, for example, you just want people to get along. You don't understand why people have to make it so hard, why things have to be so difficult. You may want to resolve something with somebody, and I actually see someone approaching you with an olive branch, actually. and they really try to make it good, and they mean it. They're serious about making things good with you, making things right. And I feel, you will repair a relationship very, very soon. Now, also, this card indicates that you are someone who is dedicated to building a solid foundation in everything that you do. You invest fully right from the very beginning, and you can trust that you're heading in the right direction, and that with your coordinated efforts, you're bringing forth what you need, and you're definitely the architect of your dreams. I always say this about my beautiful Taurians, a little bit of luck is nice, but you tend to come from a viewpoint where you're really practical and you make your own luck. A little bit of extra luck from the universe is almost like a little cherry on top. That's what I'm getting from your energy. But I feel that things are actually going to develop in ways that you didn't expect and are actually really excited about, because I feel there's a positive change here for you. Also, I feel you're someone who has a lot of knowledge. You teach others. You actually are a natural leader, and you lead by example. You tend to inspire people. You may not realize this, but actually you have a wealth of knowledge, and people look up to you. I mean, this could be siblings. If you've got siblings, they look up to you. Friends, they look up to you. They see you as someone who is very steady, a good friend, someone they can really rely on. And it's nice to have that, because, in a world where everything's so transient these days, it's good to have good people in your life, and you are good people, my beautiful Taurians. So I feel that's really nice. But also, some of you are kind of like wondering, who do you go to, sort of thing. And some of you may have felt that friendships or relationships have shifted or changed in the last couple of years, and it's made you feel a little bit, I don't want to say bereft, that's not the feeling, but the Four of Swords is like distant, detaching. You're doing you, let's put it that way. You're doing you at this time. Now, a lot of you are looking at your sleeping patterns as well. Some of you may be kind of living in a very noisy environment, and you may be noticing that as you vibrationally rise or you start to spiritually evolve, sound is getting louder and louder for you. So even other people, you may have talked to them and said, wow, is that really loud? And they're like, no. And you're like, wow, it's really too loud. So I feel some of you are looking at your hearing, that things have become amplified, and this is because you're spiritually evolving. And as you start to get higher connections with your higher self, actually your sound, your ears, the way you hear starts to change, and I feel there is more amplified sound, so you're more sensitive to sound is what I'm saying there. So some of you may be looking at your sleeping patterns or trying to limit noise at this moment in time so you can get better quality sleep. And some of you, it may have come to such a critical point where you're deciding to leave or relocate because it's become too much, okay? So I see that for some of you, not all of you. But the Three of Pentacles, when you get this card, this is basically you being really clever with stability, with your finances. It's also about you being cautious, or, basically working on something on your own, or just, basically being careful with what you connect to, who you connect to, and being discerning about the things that you allow into your life and into your body, because I feel there's this energy of you really wanting to choose the healthy options at this moment in time, and you're just looking at what you allow in. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And that could be what you listen to, what you eat, what you surround yourself, the people you surround yourself with, where you work, if you're in a career, if you're in a community, what's that community like? I just get an energy here of you wanting to end anything that's painful or is limiting you in some way. And I feel like you're taking charge of your destiny. Now, we do have the Ten of Swords there, so that can indicate some of you have had some very painful, abrupt endings in the last couple of years that you've had to deal with, and it's almost like made you mature super quick or have more responsibility on your shoulders, and it has been a bit of a shock for some of you. I definitely see that you're strong enough to take this journey, otherwise you would not be given it. Doesn't mean it feels good, of course, and it doesn't help you with that sentence, but what I do see here is there is change for the better. The universe is coming in to offer you something that transforms your life for your highest good, and it's going to happen with great speed is what I see here. Also, I'm being given energy of a dream or a goal that you've held for a long time is going to work out for you. It is going to work out really well, and it's almost like you're going to be an inspiration to other people as well because of the way that you've turned your life around. And I definitely see a new start is on the horizon for you. Also, the Ten of Swords is an energy of being at a point of epiphany, realizing that it's time to silence the inner critic. We all have the inner critic. So I feel like some of you, in order to really find your happiness, in order to really enjoy the moment and live in the present, we need to silence the inner critic. Because sometimes, that inner critic, it's the ego saying, remember the past when that didn't go right. Remember the past when that hurt. Remember that conversation when that person said something. Remember when you really wanted to say this thing to that person, but you didn't, but you can't now. All of those sort of inner thoughts that sometimes really crush us, that kind of force us to revisit a painful time in order to open the wound and really look at it so that we can process it and let it go. But once it's gone, it's gone. Because we can't live in the past anymore. The past is now an illusion. Of course, it happened. You experienced it. You felt it. And it shaped who you are, but it no longer governs your future happiness. So I feel like you're taking charge of that as well, and basically stepping away from anything that hinders your path, because ultimately you're putting an end to painful things, so you're choosing happiness, and you're choosing happiness for you and your family and the people that you really care about. Now, also, of course, because you've got the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups there, they're both in the resistance position. Some of you may have had a high-level commitment in the past that disappointed you or broke you. There's an energy here. Some of you may have been divorced, or it was just a very deep relationship and it just broke you apart, and you're healing. And it's taken a long time. It'll take as long as it's necessary, but you're going through waves of grief, waves of anger, waves of processing emotions, but I see that you're getting closure now, and you're opening yourself up to a bright new future where those experiences no longer hold weight over who you are, and they will not impede your happiness, and they're not going to happen again, is what I see there as well. Now, the Ten of Cups, of course, for some of you, there could be a little bit of conflict that you've had in a family experience, a family unit. For some of you, this may have manifested with a person really detaching from the group or shutting you out in some way, and it's really been hard on you because you're someone who is very sensitive. You've got a really wonderful, strong outer shell. You're wearing your armor all the time, my beautiful Taurians, but deep down it really hurt. And I feel this person later on, they will come towards you with that olive branch, and I feel like you're going to be the bigger person, the maturer person, and accept the apology. And it is a pure apology, is what I see there. So I feel like things will be resolved again. It'll be changed, it'll be different, but I feel you and this person will be able to move on despite the circumstances. Now also the Ten of Cups is basically an energy of some of you feeling that there's been a lot of trouble or a little bit of tough times, let's put it that way. And I feel that it's hard to imagine that brighter times lay ahead because these two cards, they're in a resistance position. So it can indicate new times or new paths are available to you. However, it's been really hard. It's been really different. You may have felt there's been setback after setback after setback, and you're wondering if things are ever going to turn right. Well, these cards do go into the upright. That's the nature of this spread, and I do see that things are going to get infinitely better for you. I am picking up an energy of loneliness coming through. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there. Sometimes when we are spiritually evolving, our friendships change. Our relationships with people change as well because we're not willing to accept what we accepted before. And sometimes we accept less than we truly deserve. But when we have a spiritual awakening, which is definitely what you're having here, suddenly everything changes. It's like you're looking at life with new eyes. And you basically won't put up with things that you've put up with in the past. And that's across the board. In working situations, community, family, friendships, whatever. You're just not about it. And I feel for some of you, that's been really hard because you may have felt really attached to these people or these situations and you really care for them. But at the same time, you're vibing at a different frequency and it just feels like it's off. And it's okay to evolve and outgrow situations. And you can grow again to be back integrated with those situations, but only once you have discovered your own way and have a deeper relationship with yourself. And I feel that's the path that you're on right now. developing like a journey of discovery. You're sort of letting go of things and seeking deeper meaning in your life. Ten of Cups, it tells me that that happy ever after, the good life, shall we say, is something that you're working really hard towards. And I feel, for some of you, you are realizing that the most important thing is, as long as you and your family and those closest to you have health and happiness and laughter, that's the gold in life. That's what really truly matters. And anything else is a bonus. Of course, we all have to pay bills and, do life, and it's pretty hard. But I feel like at the core, because this is the card that's at the core of your reading right now, it's that the people you care about, you have so much love for them, and you would do anything for them. And you don't have to do anything for them. They appreciate you as you are. Your presence alone is important in their life. And I feel, for some of you, this is about creating peace. So I feel a lot of you detaching from meddling situations or dramatic situations or toxic situations in order to find that inner peace. And I feel this card also indicates that everything you need will start to come easily and effortlessly towards you from now on, and you'll be able to take pleasure in all that you've accomplished. And I feel the fact that you're already grateful for all that you have, even though you may feel there are things that you do not have, I feel this gratitude is actually going to attract more stuff to be grateful for in your life. But this is a card that indicates you're in a period of trying to find a serene environment. Okay, for some of you, it could be that you're wanting to move to the country and be with nature, or be by the sea, be, with a more natural environment. For some of you, it could be that you are maturing and you want different things. And as you start to want different things, you change your circumstances based on the new things that you want. Change is inevitable. We all change. Seasons change. Everything changes. That's the one constant that we must sort of process and accept. And it's all about being flexible through these changes in life. Now we do have the Emperor, so that tells me you've had a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. Very serious person, because you've had to be strong, and I feel like you are strong, and you're someone who is able to be very calm in chaotic situations. It doesn't mean that you don't have anxiety from time to time, but I feel like you're being taught to breathe and recognize that if you can change something that you're worried about, then change it. But if you can't, leave it as it is. Give it up to your belief system and say, you know what will be, will be. And I feel this is a period where you are recognizing where you control certain things and where you do not. And I feel with this card as well that there's an energy here of taking charge, taking action, having that empowerment in your life and dominating the energy that you have in order to shift or change your perspective, but also your reality, and to make things happen. You're here to make things happen in life. You're not just here to have things happen to you. So looking at the overarching energy, I would say there's a time to take action and a time to pause and reflect. And in between, when you have those periods, know when to cut off completely. So if you're giving yourself a proper break, for example, because I see that you're exhausted on a very deep soul level, take a proper break. This doesn't mean that you're scrolling through social media or that you're calling a friend or a person. This is about good quality time with you to allow your brain to relax, to allow your mind to wander freely without forcing all those thoughts that we have to think about. Oh, did I pay that bill? Oh, I got to call that person. Oh, I didn't do that thing yesterday. It's really important to find that quiet space. And the Emperor energy is also a card of protection, okay? Protecting all of your endeavors. And the fact that we've got the Ace of Wands there as well. I feel like in maturity, you are transforming your life, and you should be really proud of yourself. And this Ace of Wands is divinely gifted from the universe. I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons in the last couple of years, and now you're transferring those lessons into your life to build upon. And with this Ace of Wands, this is about you having access to extra energy, extra power, that will help you influence your life towards something greater. You're being bold and daring to do something that is going to work out infinitely in your favor. I feel like it's almost like you're reestablishing a relationship with yourself. And even though you may feel that you've matured and you've come to a certain stage, actually it is now that you're starting to bud. It's now that you're starting to come alive. So for some of you, it could be that you've retired, and most of society kind of looks at people who've retired like they're phasing into the background now. But actually, it's now when you start to bud, when you start to bloom, when you still start to look at your life's purpose, your mission, and everything is possible, and where you're going to extend your time, and how you're going to establish your belief system or develop, your life's purpose, and, what are you going to do next? What are you going to experience? It's now that you bloom. So I feel some of you could be reaching some level of milestone. It doesn't have to be retirement. I'm just giving you an example. It could be that you're leaving your 20s, for example, and you're moving into your 30s. You are taking on more responsibility at work, or it could be that you are leveling up in some area of personal development where you're starting to master something. So, for example, whenever you start off trying to meditate, no one masters meditation right from the very beginning. Suddenly, thoughts come in like, oh, I didn't get that on the shopping list. Got to do that after the meditation. We can't control our thoughts. But what we can do is detach and see that the thoughts can just stream on by, and we don't have to have a feeling about it. We can acknowledge that these thoughts, sometimes the ego will ramp up levels of anxiety, conflict, and it will change our breathing pattern, it will change our energy, and we can become overwhelmed. And then if we took a step back and really looked at it, and said, okay, why am I feeling this? Why am I thinking this? What can I do about this? And if the answer is, well, you can't do anything about this, then step away and go, okay, well, then I'll leave it up to the grace of the universe, and it will be what it will be. And then you won't waste your energy by having fear or anxiety. You're just going to be like, okay, I'm going to live my life and enjoy every moment as much as I possibly can, because I can't control this thing that I fear or that I am anxious about. And if you can change it, I see you changing it. Okay, so that's what's coming out there as well. Now, with the Ace of Wands, I'm really getting a major sense of some of you really doing a bit of soul searching right now to feel where you belong, and you're really tapping into some answers. You're going to receive the answers that you seek, and I feel like it's not too long. Maybe some of you have already received those answers, but I feel you will take action on the answers that you find within yourself, and you will find a place where you establish yourself, ground yourself, whether that's a new neighborhood, new country, new group of people, whatever it is. I feel like you are on the right track, because I'm being given this energy of you being on the right road or on the right track towards whatever it is you see as a goal, and you will be successful. And your life will be transformed, and you will own that energy, and you should be proud of yourself because you did this all by yourself, is what I'm being given there as well. Okay. Now I'm just going to go and get some final cards. I'm being given something that is kind of showing up in the energy field. So I'm just going to say it before I move on. It may resonate with some people, it may not. Okay. Because I feel some of you have had something difficult that occurred that led to different stages of either grief, sadness, or anger. Okay, and I'm just being given an energy about anger right now, so I have to mention it. It may not resonate with everyone, but it's there, so I have to give it. I'm being given a definition of anger as being an emotional punishment for someone else's behavior. And you need to protect yourself with inner peace. You're purifying. So basically, anger is just a response to someone else's behavior or their BS, right? And they then get to go on with their life and just forget about it, but the impact lies with you. So that anger will stay with you until you just let it go, because it's not affecting anyone but you. So you're left with that. So I feel like some of you are really looking at that right now. It's almost like you are holding on and punishing yourself for someone else's actions. That's what anger technically is. And I feel a lot of you are trying to manage anger or trying to walk away from something that really, truly just made you feel even rage is what I see here. And I feel you're going to get a better hold of it and walk away from it. Not to forgive it. I'm not saying forgive it. Forgiveness is a really great thing. It's a very hard thing to do. But it's more to lighten your karmic load, to take the edge off, to take that heaviness off your shoulders and release so that you can get on with your life and your happiness and your happy ever after. Because this is your life and this is your path, and no one gets to hold you back from that path. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get some final cards before we close your reading. We've got the Trailblazer there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. It's really interesting because you are, of course, an opposing sign on the zodiac with Scorpio, and they also got Trailblazer. So it's nice to see that there is a connection, a correlation there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. So a lot of seeking answers. What you are seeking is seeking you, is what is coming out here. Okay. They said that is enough. Okay. So, Trailblazer, you must be fearless in order to pave your new path. And you are fearless. I can see here, there's a lot of calmness and groundedness in your reading. I definitely see you've been through a lot, some really hard stuff, some difficult stuff, but you're coming out the other side. And those tough lessons have made you so strong and independent because it's giving way to this new path that is now available to you. This Trailblazer card, as you can see, there's a wolf there, and that means you are finding your way or finding your path, being independent. And it says, unique, groundbreaking, new discovery. I really feel like you're making new discoveries about yourself first, and you're nourishing yourself, and then the path is becoming clear for you. We've also got our first teacher is our own heart. And that's why you need that Four of Swords, to create a silent space so you can hear that heart. It is whispering, but we've built a very loud world and environment where we're bombarded with news or sound or people chattering or even the inner critic waffling away about all the things. And basically, this is a time where you need to really tap into what your heart is saying, where it deserves to be settled, where it wants to belong. And I feel you're really focused on that right now, following your heart. We've also got Power Animal. And that's about your instinctive nature. Connect with your spiritual animal to carry their wisdom and power. Pets, working with animals and instincts. I mean, some of you, of course, I didn't see any energy about animals or, I pick up your intuition and your instinctual traits, but I feel you will start to notice that you have very deep affinity with animals. You may also have noticed this already, but animals, they actually are attracted to you because they feel your wisdom. They feel that you're an old soul. They also feel your heart, and it is a beautiful one. You have a very loyal, supportive, loving, nurturing, healing heart, and animals may actually gravitate towards you because you have a healing aura about you. Also, I want you to be aware that there is also a wolf in that photo as well. So I feel this is a time period of connecting to your path and following your heart. We've also got longing. Okay, and this is where I pick up the energy of getting closure to the past, the anger or the frustration. And it says here, wishing things were different only causes unnecessary suffering. And that's definitely something that's present in your reading that you're trying to let go of at this time. Missing someone or wanting something or someone. I feel like you're being grateful for everything that you have, and you're going to build upon that. But anything that you feel was not right for you, that you've had to let go of, it was a very difficult process, but it needed to happen so that you can create space for your dreams to become a reality. Okay, there's lots of dream catchers right there. So I feel this is a time period where dream big, dream bold, because whatever it is you desire, you're going to have in your life. And we also have in a trance. So some of you may have felt like you've been a little bit on autopilot, or you've had to detach in order to just deal practically with the circumstances that you've got. But also it says lost in a trance of emotions, feelings that you'll never forget, profound feelings, mind-blowing experience. These are all going to be the revelations that you will discover about yourself, reconnecting to your higher self, reestablishing a relationship with a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with, or was even robbed from you because of a previous experience, or broken down because of previous experiences. But now I feel like you're open to more playful spirit, to, almost like I feel like you've been healing your inner child as well, to let your inner child know that you're safe, you're secure, and that you're being protected and redirected towards new things, new opportunities, new places, new faces. And it's a time for openness. For some of you, you may actually decide to save up for a spiritual retreat, or have like a course of learning, or even attend an event which will have a profound effect upon you, and it will open you up to new people as well, where you bond for life. I'm just going to get a trinket or a rune before we close. Let's see what we've got here. So we have the moon. So this can represent uncertain times. It can also represent you getting comfortable with uncertainty, because lots have changed in the last couple of years. The moon represents basically connecting to your intuition, to your higher self, that you've gone through a major change or transformation. And I feel actually you're not going back to that. I feel you are changed forever, and you're maturing and evolving away from it, and things are going to work out the way you'd hoped for. I do apologize with all the barking. A neighbor has a new dog, and whilst the dog is wonderful, sometimes it just gets let out in the street and sort of running around barking at everything. So yeah, I do apologize if you can hear that on the camera. But the moon trinket is all about you becoming aware of your shadow self, learning the lessons that lie within. But also, when you get the moon trinket, it tends to mean hidden opportunities or untapped talent, or opportunities that are being orchestrated towards you that you can't see yet. And with that Ace of Wands, I feel like there is a major change and transformation that you are not able to see right now, but when the moment is right, it shall be revealed to you. Now we've also got a little paw print, okay? So this basically means you're making an impact, or you make an impact in your life, in the people that are around you and your circumstances. But whenever I get this trinket, it normally means take the first step, especially since we've got the Trailblazer card there. I feel like there's something that you feel you need to do for you independently. Take that first step. You know, obviously do your due diligence. Make sure you've got the strategy. I see that you have a plan here. You're sticking to it. But by taking the first step, it is going to turn into something really wonderful for you. And finally, we've got the trinket Believe. Believe and receive, and it really shall be yours, okay? So I feel like you're backing yourself, you're showing up for yourself, and I feel everything is about to change for the better for you, okay? I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Taurians. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Also, for those of you beautiful Taurians who've reached out to me regarding notifications, that you have not been receiving notifications, I reached out to YouTube, and they basically did an update, they told me. And what people need to do is go to their YouTube settings and click notifications, and then all the buttons, make sure they're on, and then whoever's video you want to be notified about, it doesn't have to be my channel, it could be anybody's, then make sure you're subscribed to that person and you've clicked their little notification bell, and that will make sure that you are notified of any videos that you want to be notified about, okay? So I hope that helps someone out there. Also, they kind of told me something about pop-ups. Go into your laptop or computer settings, and if it's blocked pop-ups, that could also be the reason why no one's getting a notification. So just, you know, I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm just telling you what they gave me. So I hope it helps somebody out there. And thank you so much, my beautiful Taurians, and love and light.